Hey, what's happening, boys and girls? Good day to you, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, whatever the case. Ultimate fall here in Montreal, Quebec, Canada. It's actually not freezing today, it's beautiful. Well, I mean, temperature-wise, it's beautiful. It's obviously a dreary-looking, pretty dull day. And all the white shit is melting quite rapidly because it's about 3 degrees Celsius, maybe 4. Today being the 5th of March. 2025. I think that's Ile Charon over there, one of these two. People actually live there. You gotta like take a boat to get over there. Anyway, walking here on Rue Saint Joseph, a lot of water, like I said. Spur of the moment walking video here. I was just originally going to take the 496 bus from my parents' place and go to Dorval. I missed it because I really wanted to go to Tim Hortons. So there's another Tim Hortons too I'm walking towards to on Victoria and 32nd Avenue, but I also missed that 496 going east. Then I missed the bus that runs here as well, which is the 189. So here we are. Here we are. It's fine. That's okay. Like I said, it's not freezing today. Here we are at 48th Avenue. This obviously is a water filtration plant. I guess somebody must have lived there back in the day. I can't believe how much more snow there is, though. I didn't think it snowed that much. I think it snowed more here than where I live in Hochelaga. There's a lot of snow on these streets here. There's enough snow in places to do snow removal. Yeah. Yeah. It's funny because the last time I did a walking video exactly here, walking in the same easterly direction, was a few years ago. And I remember it was a hot summer day and there were these insects all over the place. They were swarming. There were just tons of them. They come off the water, you know, crazy. I mean, just annoying, like moths and stuff, you know, really annoying. Oh. Ambulance responding somewhere. See what I mean? Look, there's quite a bit of snow there. Enough for snow removal, but there probably won't be because Lachine is part of Montreal and they take their orders from the city of Montreal, unfortunately. And as it was in the news recently that in Ville Saint Laurent they got in trouble because the city found out, probably because of me and another guy does film snow removal videos, that they were doing snow removal earlier than they were supposed to in Ville Saint Laurent. Like, really, who gives a shit, man? You know, like, big deal. So what if they do their snow removal earlier? Big deal. So what? I don't even know when the hell Ville Saint Laurent merged with Montreal anyway. Right? Hey, there's something that's a rare sight now there. Look at that. Hey, everybody going electric. The old vintage hot water tanks. I haven't seen that in a long time. I sure as hell remember when I was a kid, we had those. Well, we had one. I think I specifically remember in that's a black and mouthful. Man, they don't even have a license plate on that thing. Yeah, anyway. It's not, unfortunately now, in the last so many years, it's too expensive to heat a home with oil. Oil and fuel is too expensive. Too much. Much too much. And I think I feel the tip of my boot wet. Which is not good, not good, not nice. You know, my memory is so great that almost every picture I've ever taken, I can always tell you where I took it, when, and what year I mean. And for example, there were a couple of buses I took pictures of right here with this background of this condo here, which must cost a bloody fortune to live here. And it was across the street, and one of them was an old MCI coach. I think it was a shuttle bus for Bell Canada. And the other one was a first-gen STM LFS. You know, for a long time, I thought that building on the split over here, I always thought that that was a church, but actually it used to be a fire station. And fire stations, when they get that old, I mean, you can see that building must be well over 100 years old. It's just, you know, it needs too much work. Roof work, floor work, leaks, air filtration, you know, too much coal getting... oh, look at that old sidekick. Hey, look at that. Wow. Where's that thing from? It's like... Oh, speaking of old, look at that. Look at that, 2 for 2, two Japanese from the 90s at the same time. How does that grab you? Is it surprising? No, because the young people they trip out on the Japanese, and unfortunately I have a resentment for their part that even when they come out to buy things from me, to buy vintage car ads, unfortunately a lot of them, they don't care about American cars. They don't care that American cars used to be the best back in the day, and even in the 90s they still made some good cars. Anyway, that's just the way it is. It's just this slow progressive disdain for American made stuff, or America in general. Even though unfortunately it's true that the Japanese are definitely always been better generally than we are here in North America. They hardly have any homeless. There's an ambulance, I think. Everything they do is very efficient, even though they work to death until they're 40, 45, and they have a heart attack and die. Yeah, they are I don't know, just I've from videos I've seen, talked to people, it's just you know, like the homeless thing alone, like you don't see any homeless. If there is any, they're all hidden, you know. Look, there's a placard. They're just a very proper people, you know. Like, I don't know, I just think sometimes we would really oh, I never noticed that plaque up there. Anyway, we could learn a lot from the Japanese, that's for sure. Oh, it's built between 1914 and 1917. Yeah, God forbid there should be an English on here, right? Because, you know, you get, oh, God forbid there should be English, because, no, English, l'anglais, it's a threat. It's a threat to Quebec. So, of course, I say that in sarcasm. You know what, just because there's no English here, I'm not even going to read it. Whatever, all you need to know is a friggin' fire station originally built between 1914 and 1917. There you go, it still exists. Look at the frickin' snowbank here. That's crazy. I've never seen a snowbank that high here before. That is crazy. How many times do you think they passed the plows here when we had those 2 snowstorms, eh? Holy mackerel, they were almost back to back. One on a Thursday, the other one 2 days later. And the other one dumped even more snow. First one had 35 centimeters, and the other one had like 40, 45. Incredible. Incredible. I just got to take note of the streets here, because like I said, I'm going to be walking up to 32nd Avenue there. Ah, I love cars with colors, man. Sometimes I think cars with colors are a symbol, another thing that's wrong with these days, and that, you know, it's just, you know, it's like a remnants of the past when things made more sense. They were beautiful and made life nice, you know, and pleasing to our eyes with different colored cars, you know, all the colors, yellow, blue, red, orange, brown, whatever, you know. See, look how much older the houses have gotten here all of a sudden, eh? So you can see all of these here on, what are we at, 40 what? 44th Avenue. Jetliner flying overhead there. Yeah, these are really old. These are probably built in the 20s or 30s, I figure. Then you got this rich one here. Nothing cheap over here, eh? Yeah. I find these interesting, these modern garage doors that are almost all glass. I guess why not? I mean, things are just better sealed than they used to be. I mean, I can't even believe, like, since what, the 50s and 40s, 50s, they come up with this, what is it, tempered glass, and it's amazing how, you know, like, you could be downtown and the sound is just cut right off. There's sound deadening. It's just incredible. Let alone keeping the cold out, or I guess in other cases the heat out. See, the difference is with that video I did a few years back walking here in the summertime with all the moss and bugs and everything, is that I don't think I'd continue this way. I think I'd veered off on the street you saw before next to the fire station on that split. That's called Broadway Street. I mean, even these places, look, back in the day, you can see these buildings were built, clearly they were built in the 50s. They were all, you could see all the windows, all that stuff was changed. It must cost a fortune to live here now. It's funny, ain't funny? Life is funny like that. Look, they made it look kind of grandiose there with the awnings and everything. What does it say? The sign is not very legible. It says Le Héritage. Ooh, the heritage. Ooh. Ooh, la-di-da, Mr. Frenchman. Hey, moi je peux rire des Français, je suis un francophone. I just said in French. I can laugh at the French because I'm francophone. Oh, is that a cargo ship I see over there? Yeah, you don't see them come by close here though, that's for sure. Yeah, I'm glad I did this actually. Quite frankly, I've been feeling run down these past few days though. I think it's the pericarditis has come back a little bit. Unfortunately, it's like that, you know. I can go months without feeling any symptoms, then I'll feel literally sick and tired. And I've been so active for weeks there, chasing after frickin' snowblowers, dump trucks, and tractors. What do you expect, right? Too bad the zoom on this camera is crap. Because I mean, I gotta zoom my camera, it's better, but the more you zoom in, the less sharp it is. I saw something flash over there. I don't see it now. Yeah, by the way, down there, I think it's Chateauguay. Or Chateauguay in English is men's bathhouse. No, I'm just kidding. Too bad that there's all that snow there, because I actually would have walked across here, get a little bit of a different perspective. But I'm reminding myself right now of, oh, you can see the bridge over there. That's the, yeah, that's the locks for the Mercier Bridge. Oh, you probably can't see that. You can see that guy running there. I remember it was, I guess, last year, a couple of years ago. My friend Ken comes over to my place with his 68 Rambler American, a very plain Jane looking little economy car to basically be an alternative for, I guess, a Volkswagen Beetle, or maybe even a better alternative, I should say, actually, because at least it wouldn't get cold in that Rambler American. You know, and yeah, he drove me all the way to my parents' place. But beforehand, I remember I filmed him driving up and down the street here a few times, just to go along with these old houses, the charm of it all. I think for me, in a perfect life, to live in an area like that, that would be swell. That would be grand. An old school cat like me. Yeah, I think there's definitely a leak in my boot. That's really annoying. I'm feeling that cold wet there at the tip. Friggin' annoying. This is kind of bizarre. I think it probably looked better before it was modernized. It's amazing that Jeep is actually green. I like that though. Oh, if you guessed that was Steve Miller Band, the song Wild Mountain Honey, you are correct. Where are we at now? We're at... Damn, that's a lot of water. Jeez. Oh, there's the BMW with the lost identity. 39th Avenue. Okay, we're getting closer. Getting closer. Getting closer. Oh, there's an old GMC there. Wow. Those are getting rare, those GMC cab overs. Interesting. Ah, I'd love to go for a ride in a big truck. Big heavy truck like that. I haven't done that in many years. Yeah, I keep throwing it out there. Hey, that reminds me, speaking of throwing it out there, hey, listen, I mentioned it before, okay? Check the description below, okay? On this video or any video, check the description below for the link to join my members only option. If you watch a lot of my different types of videos and you don't just watch like trucking or whatever, check that out. $10 a month and change Canadian, which is less than US, and you're a members only. And basically what I do is about every 2 weeks I do a video where I'm walking a lot, taking buses, metro, not in that order of course, maybe an elevator, could be anything that I film, it could be in that. So that is exclusive for exclusive members only. Check that out, and if you do, thank you. Thanks to those of you who are, of course, signed in for that, you know. It's kind of interesting, eh? You know, like a duplex. Wow, for sale. Oh, somebody must have died. Frank Cornuccio. It's interesting because you could see all these houses were redone at one point or another. If not, they'd look their age. Yeah, a lot of water though. It's pretty annoying actually. Gotta watch my step here. Step by step, oh baby. I remember listening to that once in my friend's parents friggin' what is it, the 84 Cutlass, I think. It was a 4-door, 2-tone. It was like 1990. They were like coming back from a junkyard with him. Oh boy, that's not cheap, eh? Wow. That's what's making all that noise. Look how ugly that is. Holy cow. Very 70s. Very ugly compared to this mansion looking house. Well, it looks like a mansion anyway. Wow. Oh. You know, I remember one of you guys, he told me, says don't talk about politics. And it's hard not to talk about politics when it can affect everybody in the world, right? And but again, I think that Donald Trump is out of his mind completely and is the devil. And I think he's an excellent salesman at brainwashing people. I mean, like, I'm an influencer, right? I don't make shit, but I'm an influencer. I definitely have an influence. I definitely have weight on people's mind on what I think about whatever. And such as what talking about, you know, they get, everybody's just blown away by as I call him, King Trump. But it's you're not gonna fool me, man, because you see, this is the beautiful thing about getting older. When I was younger, going back 20 years or more, whatever, I was so impressionable. I didn't know how the hell the world worked, nor did I care. And like a lot of people, most people, I mean, look, I'm not a fan of Trudeau, but the fact of the matter is, after the speech I saw he gave yesterday, I mean, that was like bravo, chapeau, as we said in French, chapeau, because that, my friend, is the speech of a leader, not an asshole con artist from New York, slimeball, jerk-off, dirtbag, asshole, dickhead, and so forth. You know what I mean? Nobody's going to push it and tell us as Canadians that we're going to become, that we could become a 51st state. That's insanity. Never mind tariffs. Tariffs? What tariffs? What are you talking about? Tariff is just another word for taxes. Hey, we've been trading for what? How many years? 100 years? I don't know for how long. And now up to this point, it's on average of $500 billion a year. Each way, Canada, US trading, whatever it might be. Steel, aluminum, food products. Oh, there's the lighthouse. People used to be able to drive actually up onto that. So no, it's true what people say. It's true what what's his name, Bernie Sanders says. This has become an oligarchy government, and Elon Musk is asshole number 2 or number 1, whatever you want to call him. He's an idiot. Can't even dress like a politician, by the way. And I have actually some regret in having painted that stupid Cybertruck painting, which I'll probably never sell anyway. So I don't regret painting it completely, but I definitely some regret, because Elon Musk, I mean, the guy talks like he's a nervous teenager or something, this guy with a stutter there, and he can't even, you're always dressed in black and everything as a protest, you know. Oh my lordy. Yeah. Whew. Glad I wasn't there at that time. Just quickly, wow, look at that, eh? See what I mean? I would love to film a snow removal job on this street one day. Maybe one day I'll have the timing. Snow removal job in this beautiful, one of the most beautiful streets in the city, with all these historic homes. Anyway, I said my piece about Trump. Me personally, I don't think he's gonna last. I don't even think he's gonna last 6 months to a year, because he's a lunatic and people won't stand for that. I mean, for Christ's sake, Americans are protesting all over. Every 50 state people are protesting. Of course. You cannot have a man who doesn't show compassion and kindness and caring for his Americans or the world or his fellow neighbors, the Canadians. As, what is it, Trudeau, he said something yesterday, which was actually, I think, quite brilliant, you know? He's like, how could you start a trade war with your friends to the north, your neighbors? We've been trading for, like, you know, forever. There's never been any arguments or second guessing about it. I'm telling you, it's an oligarchy. That's what I tried to mention, as people have been saying. It's you know, Trump and his asshole friend there, Musk. It's all about, and the other one, Bezos there. These are the richest men in the world. It's all about lining their pockets. It's all about making themselves richer. There's that GMC. Ooh. It's all about lining their pockets more. Yeah, they're gonna cut everything, cut off everything, you know. Man, I love those trucks. Ah, man. You know, they stopped making those over 20 years ago. That's why they're getting rare. Hey, you know what? I thought this was the old city hall for a second. I got a weird story to tell you guys if some of you never heard it before, but somewhere down here, I think this is it actually. Let me go around here because the old city hall is here, or was here. And I remember, oh no, it's not here. I think it's further down. It's further down. Anyway, I'll tell you guys a story. So when my dad died in 2006, I got an inheritance and I blew it all basically. It was quite a mistake. Well, I bought a couple of cars, and the 78 Caprice was great. You know, my friends got to drive it. We rode all over the place. It was great. What a great car. And then I bought a 59 DeSoto. That car did not run. It was definitely a project car. Needed a complete restoration. Anyway, later sold it. Somebody restored it. It was a rare car. It was a 59 DeSoto Fireflight. But when I got it, I went through what we call a guy named Tony, you know, like, I don't know if it's a connected guy or whatever. Anyway, the guy basically brings up a paperwork like a dealership, so you don't have to go pass your car through inspection. So I brought that paperwork, and it cost me I don't know how much. And I went into the well, we call that a SAC, the Société d'Assurance Automobile du Québec, which is basically the Quebec DMV, Department of Motor Vehicles, okay? And it was in this really old building that looked like that church, okay? Probably over 100 years old, probably 200 even. And so I think their city hall was there, whatever, and in the basement, mind you, I said the basement, keep that in mind. And then the base, okay, no trailers allowed, okay. So anyway, yeah, and I go into the basement, I got my paperwork, and the chick, she's like, oh, your car's gonna have to go through inspection. I'm like, man, because I hadn't been on the road since '89. I was so pissed off. I said, oh, Jesus Christ, and all this. I made such a scene. And mind you, I went there. I didn't even wait. I waited like 2 minutes. There was another guy there, comparatively to the other SAC, which she could wait forever, be there forever on the carry. And look at that, lovely. And as soon as I got really pissed off like that, my explanation, because, you know, I'm into the paranormal, you know, and not heavily. I'm not like Dan Aykroyd or anything. Of course, I admire him for that. Ufology and all that. But as soon as I got really pissed off like that in that basement part of that building, that really old building, I can't stress these things enough, I hear it from the back of me, ping, puff, and I turn around, and this big piece of like the top of a baseboard heater, which obviously they're metal, right? They're made of steel. And so like I said, this big piece, you know, like, I don't know if I can show. I mean, it's a big piece, a baseboard heater, you know, baseboard heater, they're the good size. That thing flew up, flew right off, and flipped onto the ground. And I don't know, I asked the lady by the counter, I said, you ever see anything like that? You ever like see anything paranormal around here? And she's like, I don't know, I've only been here like 2 weeks or so. Hey, I did research, okay? Haunted houses, stuff like that, paranormal stuff often happens in basements because they're dark, they're cold, especially in very old buildings. I guarantee you at least 1 or 2 or 3 of these places here on this street, they're so freaking old that they've had paranormal experiences. And I've witnessed a couple of things too in my life, apart from the one I just told you. Even at my place, a few things have happened. Hell, as a matter, oh god, that's bizarre. Oh, that's interesting. A few days ago, I get woken up by my doorbell ringing. I look at my clock, it's 3:54. Hours later, that morning, my landlord comes over to pick up the my copy of the signed lease renewal sheet. I asked him, I said, weren't you born in 53? He says 54. I said, yeah, in March. He says, yeah, March 7. I remember that. See, 3:54. Strange, very strange indeed. Anyway, well, that's about it. I'm content. I'm happy to have done and filmed this all for you guys. And I do like these street signs that Lachine has. They're pretty good to read. Pretty good for reading. And you know what I like? I like it on a very rare occasion. I'll do a walking video and somebody comes up to me and they watch my videos. That's really neat. And I really thought it'd be raining all day. It's not even raining yet. It's like a couple of drops coming down. Keep saying rain, rain, rain. Well, where the rain at, man? Anyway, sure as hell looking forward to my coffee. The Tim Hortons coming up there. I like to ride in one of these. They look like fun, these little Beetles, even though a car guy would always say that's a chick's car, which is true. And a convertible on top of that. So, speaking of houses redone, man, check this place out. When the hell was this built? It's all redone. Actually, a lot of these were redone. You know, I bet you $100 you go back 40 years, 30, 40 years, man, all this stuff would have looked really old. But that just goes to show you the wealth and the high value of properties in Montreal. It's insane. That's why I'm like, don't bring any more people here. There's too many people. There's too many drug addicts. There's too many alcoholics. Too many fucked up people in the metro. Man, I'm tired of the metro. It's embarrassing. If it were up to me, man, I would take all these people and go stick them in the Big O. Patch up the roof, go stick them somewhere, and whatever. Put heaters in there. I don't care. Just, this is absolutely a ludicrous time we're living in, you know? How could I not make these videos and not, you know, like bring up exactly how I feel about things that don't make any goddamn sense anymore? What the hell happened to this society, you know? I don't understand. Why do we have to be such a bleeding heart society? You close the fucking metro stations between whatever 1:30 in the morning until 5:30 or something. They're not, nobody's in there anyway, right? Unless they're people working for the STM. They're fucking doing maintenance and cleaning all that. And you see, I feel so annoyed by this. I have to bring it up because it's so stupid. I'm telling you, man, I go in there, go in Joliet the other day. There's a guy smoking a cigarette in there at the end of the platform. You know, like, oh yeah, it's okay. He don't give a shit. Doesn't matter that we have rules, you know. Doesn't matter. Not allowed to do that stuff. It's disrespectful to people with secondhand smoke, man. I breathed in enough cigarette smoke a good part of my life, for crying out loud. You know? Anyway, that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. And hey, a sign of maturity, by the way, is always people, you don't have to agree with me. You're not going to stop being friends with me if, you know, just because they have different opinions. I mean, look, I've got a great friend of mine in the States. I mean, he's pro-Trump and this and that, and oh, doing great. Hey, whatever, that's your opinion. I mean, I'll never agree with it. It's insanity. It's insanity. This guy is the complete opposite of Bill Clinton or a JFK or Ronald Reagan, for crying out loud. Jean Chrétien. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Take care. Like I said, members only. Check that out. Look at the link below in the description, and I'll see you in the next walk. Bye-bye.